Hey, what's up designers, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. Today in this part 2 video I will show you and explain you all the basic functions of the text tool which is right here. We will know everything that you can do with the text tool in this video, but if you have not seen the part 1 video of the Pixel Lab beginner series, then please watch that video to know the tools on the default screen, which are also the basic tools of the Pixel Lab. I will link that video in the description below, and without wasting any more time, let's get started to this video. Okay, so right now we are having our basic, a very simple version of the Pixel Lab, which is right in front of you. And if you want to download this version, or this is just the free version, no mods, nothing. So this is like the best Pixel Lab and the basic Pixel Lab that you can get on the Play Store, and there will be link in the description if you want to have this version of the Pixel Lab, which is the latest one as per the updates. So yeah, so right now as you can see, this is what we see in the first glance. This is what we get, and I have explained all the tools of this front or default section in the first video, so we won't be covering this one. Yeah, we will be covering the basic features again and again, but if you want to learn the basic default screen of the Pixel Lab, then I will recommend that you go and watch the first video, as I've said that already in the first video. The reason or the basic function that we are going to learn today is the text tool. So when you open the Pixel Lab, which is on the default section, you will also get a pre-added text right here, which is like this. As you can see, if I keep my finger on it, I can move it around, I can place it wherever I want to, and this is the basic text that you get on the default section. So now you can edit and make whatever changes you want on this text effect, text or text layer right here. You will also can see the text layer like this over here as well. So yeah, this is your text layer looks like in your layers format, and this is like the basic thing. If you want to edit this text layer, what you're going to do is just double tap on it and it will open up, and you can just basically edit the text that you want to have. So yeah, this is how it works. You can also move it to caps, and you can also move it back to smalls. You can also delete whatever there is, and you can add whatever you have or you want to add to your text. So this is what the text layer looks like. I know that you basically know how you can add text here, but once again I'm gonna click over here in this plus icon, and now you will see this function called text. Once you click on it, you will be able to add text. So if you want to add multiple text, you can just do that by this function right here. Moving on, now I'm going to delete this one. So what I'm going to do is click on select this text that I want to delete. So in this case, this will be my text, and I just click on this delete option and it will be gone. So this is how you can delete the text. Moving on, the text tool that we basically get, like I have explained you this section and this section right here. So basically if you see here the A tool, the A symbol or a letter, this is what that will let you edit the text. Basically every editing that you are going to be doing with the text tool or with your text, that's going to be happening with this function right here, which will open all these functions that you can see. And there are a lot of functions, and there are a lot of basic functions and very useful functions that you get with Pixel Lab. And what I like about Pixel Lab is they are very basic to see. Like as you can see, there are icons that you can understand by the look that what they actually do. But still I'm going to explain you how they do actually work, and I'm still going to explain you all the tools that really come in handy while I design my designs. And if you want to know that how I can make such a creative designs, because I know the tools. If you know the tools, you will know more creative ways to use them. That's what I think, and that's my personal experience of making designs. If you know the tool very well, you can design and get creative with that tool and make some more than what actually that tools offers. So yeah, that's what my theoretical basically my experience is. But yeah, moving on, here we can see first, if you select the text, if you go here, if you don't select the text, it will show nothing, just two options to add a text and to add codes. So yeah, we have covered that codes in the first part. But if you select any text, like here, I'm going to select this text right here on this, and then you can add and see all the effects that comes for the text editing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain you the basic tools first and how they actually work, and then you might also get to know how do I really actually use them in a creative ways. Okay, so the first one will be the styles one. I think this will be kind of a hidden feature that nobody actually knows, or a lot less people know, and that is actually you can actually save the editing of your text. So if you have added text, if you have a text here and you have added like effects onto it, some particular shadows, some particular colors, gradients, you can actually save that style into your text and use it whenever you want to. So if you click on styles, you will get to see these two options like this. Then you can click on browse, and you will get all the presets that they are coming up with Pixellab. So these are like all the basic default text styles. If you click on anyone, let's say I'm gonna click on this one right here. Now that will be added directly. You don't have to like add everything that have added into this effect. You would just save the style of the text and you can add it multiple times, and you will also save your time. So if you've got any basic text style that you have created, you can save that into styles, and that style will be saved to your text, and you can add it pretty much every time you want to have it. So maybe it is like something that you have created and you want to save with text, you can do that right here. So how you can save it? Basically you create the style. So let's see that, for example, that I've created this text style right here. So what I want to do is I want to save this text, like any text style, any text that you have edited. So what I'm going to do is select this one. I'm going to click on style right here, and I'm going to hit save. Now the current text, so it will ask you if you want to save it, then just hit OK and it will be saved. Now like have you seen, this is the default section, but I've also saved it again onto my styles. So how can I browse it is I'm gonna go on browse section, and I'm gonna hit on my styles right here, and this is how it will show. So this is the first one will be the text style that I have saved just right now, and these are the two others text style that I have saved just to show you that. I'm gonna click on one of them, and boom, like you have got this text. I know this is like simple gradient on a text, but I have saved that. I had saved it back in time so that I could show you that how you can save styles of your editing, or the text style of your editing basically. So yeah, if that makes sense, I hope that you have learned how you can save your text style, and I hope you got to know this. And yeah, that is like nobody uses this function, a lot of people don't, but yeah, if you want to, you can use this one, and now you know how to use it. Moving on again, we will also go back to this section right here, and I will change the color of the background. So I'm just going to get a white background text. That's it. Now we have selected the text, and I'm going to go to the text tool right here like this, selected that one, and we've got covered with the styles right here. Now moving on, this is the pen tool, which also like similarly you can add and edit text. So if you are not double tapping on the text to edit, you can also tap on this edit option and you can edit the text that you want to edit. Also this is the function, basically delete the text. So if you delete that one, it will be gone. So whatever text you want to delete, you can delete that from the tool itself. I'm just going to hit undo button right here to get it back, and we've got our text. So yeah, these two functions are okay. Copy. Now copy is also something that I always use, and that does really come in handy. You don't have to add text again and again from this, like clicking on this plus icon, clicking on the text, or also you can just click on the copy tool and it will create the copy of that text effect. I know it is just the simple, but if you have edited one text and if you want to add multiple text similar to that way, like you have added the font, you have added the effects, if you added the color gradient, you don't have to add that effects or that everything to the another text that you're going to be adding. You can just copy it and just rename it, like rechange it. That's how it works, and that really how you can save your time. Now coming up, these two functions, basically this is horizontally Pixellab. I've just changed the orientation of my video, or of my phone, sorry, and from here you can change your orientation. Like this is what I have like toggled so that I can use it into my horizontal version. But this is just my phone, this is not a PC version. Coming back, so what I wanted to say is these two functions will be similar to in the vertical side of the Pixel Lab as well. So if you are someone using it to if you are someone using it using this Pixel Lab into horizontal version, you can use that, or you can see these two functions in different way, or maybe in different order. But yeah, these two functions right here, as you can see, are similar. Now how do they work? You know the part where you can toggle the layers right here like this. So if you want to have that text or any layer up and down, what you are going to do is you can do that. You do the same thing, like dragging down this in the bottom or dragging up this in the front. You can do that from here as well. So you can directly jump in the front, or you can directly jump in the back. And this is also common with every other layer format. Like you can also do this function, like you can also jump from layers from one layer to another layer. Okay, to explain you, I'm just going to go into my projects and I'm going to show you something that I can explain you this with. So this is my thumbnail right here. I've just added this thumbnail for my projects. So I have a lot of layers, as you can see over here. So these are my layers. So what I can do is, like if I want this text or this beginner text right here, which is locked. So if I want this text to be in the front, like in the top, what I'm going to do in the layers actually. Okay, so this is the text layer. So I'm going to select the that text layer, which is this one, right here, and I'm just going to hit to the front right here, and this text will be added in the front. So it will be on the top layer of the layers of your all layers of the rest of your layers. Also similarly, if you click on the back, it will go again back. So right now you can't really see, and this text just went back underneath this text effect. So if I scroll here, you can see this is in the bottomest layer format here, right here. So yeah, if you want to use this function, like if I added this effect right here very late, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this text right here from here as well, and just click on the front icon, and it will come up on the front side of the layers. I know, but if you are editing something and if you use this function, you will know more stuff that how it actually works. So I will recommend you, or I will urge you to go and practice on Pixel Lab, and you will know more stuff. So if you are like practicing just after you watch my videos, you will know more stuff and you will understand everything that I'm saying right now. So yeah, this is what we did. This is how it works. I am just going to go back into the default section right here. So if I click on default, I'm just going to go back onto the default section of the Pixel Lab. Now we got our text right here again, and we have got that all the functions right here. So yeah, this is how you can change these two functions right here. Position is also very useful. Sometimes I do really use it, and I just don't know like how would I use, how would I place text in a precise way without this function. So what it actually does is you can actually move your text by 1 pixel in the whatever way you want it to move it. So let's say I'm just going to click it on 27 pixels right here. So this text will move on this side like this by 27 pixels. I feel if I want to move it by 20, 19 or just 1 pixel, I can just move it like this. So right now you can't even see if it is moving, but it is actually moving to that other direction, on the whichever direction you click on. And this is how you can add like precise, you can align text in a precise way, or you can add or see how it is actually looks like if you move it 1 pixel height. So that does really come in handy, and I do really use it. So if you want to use like this text or this specially tool, this is actually also common with all the layers. Like you can also use it with image layer, or you can also use it with any rectangular solid layer as well. And this is how it works. So this will really come in handy if you wanted to add or align specific things in a specific way with a correct pixel size. Like you can literally control the pixel movement over here of that particular thing that you have selected, in this case the text. And this is how it actually works. So I hope you got this, if you got this one, and I will show you also that how you will actually use it. I have a couple of tutorials on my YouTube channel as well where I have actually used this function. So if you can go there, you will know why I use that function on that point of time. And basically in just a couple of words, this function, this position function, will help you to align stuff. And this function will help you to make changes to your positions when you have a lot of layers all together on just one design. And it gets really stuffy if there are a lot of layers and you can accidentally select other layer, and then that won't really happen. So if you are clicking and moving things and positioning things over here, you might click accidentally on some other things, and that is just not works if you are having or editing a bigger project. So yeah, that will help you. And you can also control this section right here. So yeah, that comes in handy, and you can move your text or your layer into whatever direction you want it to move, and that will really work. So moving on, once position is done, we are also getting this another function, which is direct position. So this is also useful. Yeah, this does really come in handy. So what I really actually use it for is like to keep things in the middle, or somewhere in the middle, or somewhere in the right like this, or somewhere in the left, or up or bottom, whatever. So that keeps in handy. So if you click on these middle two buttons like this, the text will be right in the middle, like accurately. So if you got text layer, or if you got image layer or solid layer, you can keep the position right in the middle, or right in like whatever. If I want to click this text in the middle, what I'm going to do is right here. So this will be like perfectly middle. So this is how you can add or position your text layer, your image layer, or your solid layer with this tool. So this is common tool for all the layers that you get in Pixellab. Moving on, once we are done with that, we got the resize tool. So this is just simple. You can resize your text. You can also resize your text with this node over here. So if you click on your screen, and if you click on this node over here, you can basically decrease the size of the text like this, and you can increase the size of the text. So yeah, that's we have done, and that's what you can do with this tool right here. Now coming up with padding. Padding is also similar. So padding is like you are adding space in between text. How is going to be using it? Like sometimes you do really use fonts like script fonts. So if I go to fonts right here, so font will be like this. This is the font function right here. So if you click on fonts, you will get all the fonts that you have. And I'm going to select script font right here. So if I have any script font, I'm just going to select it. So right now you can see this text is perfectly in the middle, but sometimes this text doesn't really be in the middle, or won't be in the middle, like you got some crazy calligraphy or script font. This is when you will use this. So sometimes you will crop out this part of this text, and you will be able to get to see this, like this is completely trash. You can't really use this text right here. So to complete this, you're gonna be using the padding function, and you can increase the padding in between areas. You can also do that by adding space. So if you add space here like this, if you add space and hit OK, it will add that as a padding into this area. So yeah, that does really come in handy with script fonts in general, but yeah, that is the use. So once we are done with padding, you can also add colors. So yeah, I've explained you how colors basically work. So you can add colors, whatever color you choose, and that will be added to your text. So they are all also like basic colors over here that you can see. So yeah, you can just add colors to your text layer. You can also add gradients. So yeah, these are the gradients that I have, and you can also add gradients. So this is how you can color texture. Now texture is something that really comes in handy, and a lot of you have been using textures with logos or logo animation, or a lot of things you use colors, text actually, and that is something really good. Like that is a next level use of texture. Now texture is something that you can download from Google. So you just have to search for texture of the gold or texture of the metal. You'll get a lots kind of textures on Google, and you just download it and apply it. So I'm gonna show you how texture is really working. So I'm gonna select texture over here, and if you select this function, it will open up your gallery. Now with this tool you can actually select a texture layer. So what I'm gonna go is I'm gonna go into my galleries, and if I have some texture, I will use it over here. So as you can see on the screen, I've got this texture layer as you on the screen right now. So this is just the gold texture. You can search this term into Google as well, and you will get a lot of texture layers similar to this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add and hit OK right like this. And as you can see, this texture is added to that text. So the image is actually added to your text. And this is how you can actually control the amount of image will be copied or how it can look. And this is how you can use and add, actual metal finishes or textures to your text as well. That really comes in handy, and that is actually I think that I have used. And I will also put some elements on the screen so that you can see how the texture can improve your text quality, and that is also a very good effect that you can use. Moving on, opacity is similar, that you can actually control how much the text is looking. So you can dim the text and use it as a background. Sometimes I do really use text into background, as you can see on the screen. And yeah, this is how you can lower the opacity. If you go to texture again, if you delete this one, it will also delete the texture layer, and you will get your normal text like this over here. You can also change the color. So if I want to change color to white, it is now like this. Okay, coming up, we have done with opacity and texture. You can rotate your text with this tool. So nothing fancy going on here, just the rotation. Masks. Now mask is something is really important in this video. So mask is also a bezier mode or a bezier tool, you can say that. And basically you can crop out your text. Sometimes now it is up to your creativity that how you are gonna using this text image or this mask effect. But yeah, basically what it does is actually it will use, if you toggle this parts, you can now move the nodes of that mask, and with this option you can move it around. Now if you have to slice the text into two parts, this is what you are going to be using. So yeah, just apply it like this, and you just have to slice it your text into two parts. So with this trick, I have a video of with this trick that you can watch. That video will be the tips and trick video, the first or second tips and tricks video, where I have used this mask tool to slice effect to create the slice effect into text. But yeah, there are alternative ways. There are so many ways that you can use this mask effect on the text layer, and it depends on your creativity. And if you want to know more about bezier tool, then definitely comment me below. I will make a separate video in this series itself for bezier tool itself. So if you want to know more how you can use it, what is the basic use of this, you will know more about this bezier tool, because this is common with every layer. This is also common with images. This is common with solid layers like rectangular layers or any shape layer, and that does really come in handy. So yeah, this is basically how it works. You can chop in between, you can select what you want and select you don't want with these tools, and there are also much more actions tools that are available right in the below. So you can decrease down the amount of knots, you can add the knots if you want, you can scale up or scale down the effect. So that's what you can do here, and you can also rotate it. So if you want to rotate it, you can rotate it from right here. So this is how the mask effect works basically in a basic format. And if you want to know more, you can also go into mask tool and know everything that is there to explore. So yeah, that is basically done with this with the mask tool, and this is how it works. So now we have done with the mask tool that we have just shown, and yeah, if you want to use it, you can use it, and that is right here in this shape and in this icon. Now fonts are basically the type of texture you like, the type of text. So yeah, there are multiple fonts for free available, added to your Pixel Lab for free in the default section. So these are your default fonts. You can also add your own fonts from websites, and you can download them and you can add them. So yeah, I have a video on PLP files. Oh, sorry, I have a video on best font pairs. So if you want to use that one, like if you watch that video, you will know how you can add multiple fonts from websites. And yeah, there is also the links in the description for more videos similar to fonts. And yeah, just you can add your fonts. So I've got like almost 300 fonts over here. So yeah, if you can also add that one. If you're a beginner, you will know more about fonts. Eventually you will go, if you go watch those basic videos on my channel. But yeah, you will also get basic fonts over here, so you can just use whatever font you are seeing right here and you can use it. Also, you got this function where you can actually see your recent fonts from both your fonts and from your my font section. So these are two fonts here. So yeah, just select and you can add that font right here and change the font. So click on the font, select any font you want, and you can basically just change the font you want to change with. So this is how you can use that function. This is not like some crazy, but yeah, just two kinds of font. Ones are the default section fonts, and the second one is actually the normal fonts that you can add. Now the B style. Now style is similar, like you get to see in the Word, Microsoft Word as well. So that you can add, if you click on B, it will bold a little bit the text. Yeah, so if you want to add a little bit boldness, you can do that from this style function right here. You can also make that font into italic way. So yeah, that is also a very good function. You can also select which function is going to be italic. You can select what you want, and you can also underline or add an underline to the text. So yeah, if you want to add underline to the text, you can do that. Do that from here, from B section, and also you can make it into a italic text. So yeah, that font was not italic, but now it is italic with this function. So there are just three functions. You can add italic version, you can bold it, and you can also add the text or the underline text. So yeah, that is what we can do with B style. Moving on, we have curve. Now curve is something that I haven't seen, or I haven't myself used the function, but what it can do is actually make it like this. So once back in time, I was making a stamp logo, and that's where I've used this text curve effect to add text in between the logo format. You can also see that over here. So this is how I had used this one. You can basically curve your text and use the way you want to. So you might make a background which is having a floating kind of text moving on, and you can do whatever you can come up with. But yeah, you can actually curve your text like this, and if you know you can curve it, you can also get creative ways to use your curved text into your logos, into your typographies, a lot other ways. So yeah, definitely at least consider this into your mind, that you have this opportunity or this advantage that you can curve your text into this way, like this. So yeah, this is how you can use this one. Moving on, we've got background. I'm just going to keep it like this for now. But yeah, this looks so cool. Like looks like, yeah, that function is also really good to use and good to have. Coming up on the next, we got background. So once you click on this enable option, you will be able to add background color. Like sometimes you do really see background padding to the text so that it can be highlighted. Now this is how it looks. I always use the alternative version of this background padding, which is like adding a solid layer. So if you go to shapes, you can add basically the same side, like same background thing, and you can just keep it in the background, so it is in the background. And yeah, this is the alternative way. But if you don't want to do that, if you just want to use this function background color, then you can add this from this function right here. You can also change colors to it. This is also sometimes really come in handy if you are like in a very hurry and if you want to have and change or see at least how it's going to be looking with the background color. Then this is how you're gonna use it and see it and maybe add to your text. So this is how it works. You can also control everything, like literally everything, like the front and back as well, and also the top and the bottom as well. So that is really comes in handy. You can also use it and add like this function can be used into creating those call to action buttons. So yeah, you can create that and add that from this function right here, which is right here. Align. Now this function really comes in handy when you're creating infographics, and if you have a lot of text into your layers and you just want to use it in a particular way. So like I have a tutorial for a business poster where I have actually used this function. So sometimes you do really want to have, let me go and see this one, show you. So I'm just going to add some quotes over here. This will be like to show you. So I'm just going to add this text here. So right now, as you can see, this is a lot of text right here, a lot of the words. And what you can do is you can actually use this function to create and align this text into this way, which is the normal way that you see in the books, in everywhere. But you can also add it over here. So if you are representing some kind of poem, you can do that with this function, and this will stay just like this in the middle. So yeah, you can do that. You have this power. You can also do that in the opposite side, and you can use it and add text wherever you want to. So in the last video, I was making some design, and I was also making some, I have saved that one. So this is right here, as you can see. This is the design that we were editing, and I have added the same text like this. So I'm just gonna go and click on this function. I'm just click on this and add this text right here. I'm just going to quickly add a font. So from fonts, we can add this. We can choose some basic font right here. So let me see. Okay, this looks great. So yeah, from here I can select how it is actually looking, and I'm just going to select this one and add this text to this function right here. So if you click on this function right here, you can increase the way how you can now control the way the text is presented. So you do really click on this and may see how it actually works, and this is how you can add text to your design. So this is, I have basically shown you how you can actually use this function particularly right here. Also spacing is something that really comes in handy. So if you're seeing right now on the screen, this is how it basically going to change. You can add spacing in between letters. So sometimes if you have a heading like this, and if you want to have a space in between, like a lot of good spacing in between, you can do that right here. And I have used and seen and made possible that I have a very good tagline or headline, and you can use that, use the spacing in that particular typography and come up with really good design that looks something like this. I have actually seen this one into some of the cinematic trailers as well. So yeah, this is something that you can do here, and you can also add space in between words. So if I select a lot of words right here, you can add space in between those two words. So let's see that. So yeah, as you can see, we've added the space in between the words as well, and you can select that like this. So yeah, this is how it works, and this is how you can use it, and really comes in handy. A very good feature, and you should know it, and every editing function or editing app or software has it, and you can use it in the Pixel Lab as well. Moving on, we've got the line spacing as well. So if you got a bunch of text right here, these functions are actually something that that can be useful with you when you have a lot of text, a lot of words into your text. So right now, as you can see, we can control the lines or control the space in between the lines of your text, and that is also comes really in handy, and I have used that one function into my designs. And now as you can see, that looks completely different with what it actually used to look like, and that is made possible with the functions that we have right here in this area. So that was the line spacing, like as you can see. So if you have like text or a calligraphy font which is like overlapping each other, you can just change the space, and you can use and see how it looks, and you can make changes. So this is how it actually works like. I know this video is going a lot far, but we've got a lot of functions right here, and if you're watching this video till here, then that really makes me happy that someone is watching my videos and learning from it. So if you are someone like that person, then please, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now, which will make me happy, make me feel happy, and also that will keep my energy on the top level. So yeah, after that we've got stroke right here. So I'm just going to come back into some of my designs right here. So I'm just going to select like my this end screen. So this is what I have used onto my Telegram, onto my Instagram. And you can add with this two function right here with stroke, this right here, you can add stroke to your text. So that will be like an outer line. You will also get this function on image, on solid layers as well. So basically what is we are doing is like we are adding outline to our selected text. So in this text, as you can see, we are adding this stroke, and with this slider you can control how much amount you want to add it in, and this is how you can add it. So if I change the color to this thing right here to black, so I'm just gonna select a black right here, maybe, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna select the black. This is what a black looks like. And if I change the color of the text itself to white, as you can see, this is how it looks like. So yeah, the inner color of the text is white, which is matching with the background, and the outer line is in the black, which is the stroke. So with black round, looks like this text is with different it is a different style. So yeah, you can create a different style with just using the stroke effect and matching it with the background. And this is the same font, we haven't changed anything. So with this function you can add strokes, you can add 2 strokes to your images as well. You can outline anything, and that you can do with this stroke function right here. Coming on to shadows. Now shadows is also a very good and a very impressive function, and I do really like shadows because shadows is actually something gives my designs a 3D look. So yeah, if we are choosing some basic design right here, so I'm gonna select a very basic designs from my designs. Let's say I'm going to select okay, so I have selected this thumbnail right here. So once you have edited something, you can see there are shadows over here in the backs of the text, and there are shadows to this function right here as well. So shadows, you can add it. This is similar to your image layer and solid layer. So you can add shadows to text layer, image layer, and solid layers. And solid layers, which means like these the shapes layers you add, these layers. This is the solid layer that I call. So yeah, that is like a rectangular layer or shape layer, if you can call it. So shadows will be added. Like I'm selecting this this text right here. What we have is this is Locket. So yeah, this is our text. What I can do is I can add shadows to this text, and if I select this outer shadow, it will add shadow in the outer part. I can control the shadow from here. You can control the blurriness. So if I add the shadow and if I add blurriness, as you can see, with these two functions you can create some realistic shadows. It depends on the design, that how you're actually making this design as well. But if you clip your blurriness into the like around 8 or something, and if you click on your shadowness or your darkness of the shadow or around like this, and if you select your color of your shadow the lightest way possible with this function, transparency function, and I'm also going to change the orientation. So as you can see, if you change the X, it will change it in the X direction. So I'm just going to add it like this, something like this, changing these two sliders of in X and Y direction, and you can see this is how you can add like 3D shadows. So now it looks like the text is actually a 3D object, and it is having a shadow, and it makes it 3D. So yeah, it is like a 3D text right now, which is now added to our things. Similarly, you can add shadows with another effect, but that is not in this video. You will have to watch my tips and tricks videos to know how you can add more shadow effects. And I will also try and come up with good effects of shadows, and I will I will make a different video, a separate video for shadows itself. So let me know in the comments if you want to have a separate video for shadows. Now moving on, what we are going to do with this video is keeping going a lot bigger. I did not really expected that, but the text tools are a lot text over here. Coming up more, like you can add also inner shadows. So if you click on that, now as you can see, you can add inner shadows, and now it looks like also a little bit 3D because we are adding shadows. So inner shadows will be similar, everything will be similar right here. You can change the inner part of your shadow and make it look like it is a 3D shadow or 3D object. So yeah, this is simple. You can also change the color of your shadow, how it want to look like. You can make it the way you want to look like, and you can change the way it looks like with these two sliders as well. Once that is done, now these two shadows, I will recommend that you go by and look it by yourself. Coming up ahead, we will get this function right, emboss. Now I'm going to add emboss to some other text. So I'm just going to go into my projects. I'm going to select this design right here. I'm going to select the text, go to text tool, and here in the down you will see emboss. Now emboss is something that is really like having troubles lately like this, but with emboss you can add some kind of shape or 3D-ness to it. So it will get the properties, like it will get the shiningness, it will get this 3D objectiveness, and with that you can create some 3D looking text which can be used into your logos, which can be used into your designs, and that really looks something real. It will get the reflection as well, so it will become like a 3D object, and that is something that really helps me. And I know if you are like having audio issues, this is just me adjusting to what it looks like. Okay, so this is how it works like. I will create a different video. I think I will need to create a different video for everything that is in the Pixel Lab, because that is so much. But basically, if I want to say it in a basic way, you can add embossness, you can add 3D next to your, and you can see, basically you can also see what is actually doing to my text right here. It is actually making it look like 3D. So that is done with emboss. You can control the lighting. So if you want to add a different way of lighting, like you can change the way that it looks with the lighting, and you can add differentness. You can also add sharpness or hardness of the specular. So this is how it looks like if you drag it down to all the way to 0, and this is how it will look and make it different. So bevel is something that actually, if you see it closely, if I increase this, oh yeah, it is not working with the bigger size. So yeah, it doesn't really work a lot with all the time, but yeah, this function we have it, and I think it is not working just because we are updating our Android system a lot, but the app version is not updating as often. So that's why this function doesn't really work sometimes, and that's a little bit of a bummer of Pixel Lab. I hope they actually update it with the next version, and let's hope that they do it as soon as possible. Moving on, we got a perspective. Now this is also something that is like a next level effect, and if you are a Pixel Lab beginner, and if you're just trying out this function like this, if you're seeing this like this is actually making it look like it is it has been shifted to its angles, and it is also kind of in a 3D function or 3D effect that you can give, and this is how you can control it. And actually this function I have used it into my 3D Instagram post design video. So if you will see that video, you will know how you can actually use this function, and that is just the one way you can use it. You can actually use it into multiple ways. I also have a particular tips and trick video where I've actually used this function. So if you want to see that how I actually use it, do watch that video of tips and tricks part 2 or 3, I guess. Actually it is a part 2 video. So yeah, that will be something that you will get to see, and you will actually see that how I actually use it. I will also put that kind of text effect on the screen right now to show you. But yeah, if you got text, let me I want to change the text with this emboss effect. So I'm just gonna hit back and switch off that emboss effect, and now I can see my text. And yeah, this is how I actually can use this function right here. So perspective will be able to change with your 3D-ness, and that is actually how it works. Now moving on, we got some more 3D functions and 3D options right here. In this option, in this 3D option, also 3D rotation, you can change your 3D-ness. So if you can see on this white, you can also see that this text is actually rotating into the 3D, like it is also rotating in 180 degree motion. So you can actually flip it, and you can see that how it is actually changing the, you know, its position. And that is something that I have used it onto my thumbnail. So if I have that thumbnail, I will show you just right now. So I'm gonna go into my thumbnails, and let's see if I have that thumbnail right here. So yeah, I have it. So right now, as you can see on the screen, if you see the text are actually in the 3D, you know, into this 3D element or this 3D environment, and the text are looking a lot 3D. I know it is like a little bit not working right now, but when I made this design, it was working with this tool. And as you can see, I've also changed the 3D, you know, this 3D motion or 3D rotation. As you can see, there are some values applied. So if I move it around, you can change the way it looks and make changes to your 3D-ness and how they look. So if you want to make some 3D looking designs, you can do that from this function right here. Moving on with this function right here. So I'm gonna select the text, and we've got the 3D text right here. So this is what I have used to create this depth effect. So as you can see, this is what we are creating. We are adding depthness of your text, and that is a high level function right here, but we get to use it into our designs. You can also, you know, darken the backend area, and also you can change the way it looks with this function. So this is also be a 3D, you know, rotation function right here in your this function right here. So perspective and oblique will be something like this, and you can go by yourself and check all these functions and know more about them as well. Just to keep this video short, I think this video is more than 40 minutes right now, but still I'm trying my level best to explain you everything. Now I'm just going to go back into my default section right here, or maybe on this effect, or I'm gonna go into my design like this. So this is our common design. This is our text. I'm gonna go into text, just scroll down. I will get to see 3D shadow. So this is also all the 3D shadow effect, as you can see on the screen. And this 3D shadow effect will actually make you use the shadowness of your text, which will be down below. And yeah, just add shadows to your text, and this is how it will look like. You can also change the way the fonts look like and make it look much better with your own creativity. Moving that, you can also add reflection right here. So this, if you can see right now, you can see the text is actually having a reflection. So it does really comes in handy if you have some kind of good text available. I'm just going to create some kind of reflection to show you how it actually works. So I'm just going to choose some basic font. So this is how our text looks like. I'm going to choose the color to white. Oh yes, I'm going to choose it to white, and I'm going to change the color of our font. So from fonts, I can change the color. Now I'm going to select back. Once we are done with that, we are going to go into 3D reflection and switch it on. And now as you can see, it looks like our 3D text is right here. So yeah, this does really works in some situations, and I have actually used this function to add more, more effect next to it. So this is just one effect can make a lot of difference, and you know that now that how you can use it from this function right here. So these are the basic functions we have on the Pixel Lab to edit text. There are a lot of effects that you can create if you mix two effects into one another, and you will know more creative ways on my videos, into my tutorials on how you can just explore the creativity of the tools that we have. So yeah, that is just what we have created. That's all the functions that we have with the Pixel Lab text tool. The second video will be on the image tool, so we will know more about images into the next. but I think this video will be the so far will be the most important video, because text can make a lot of difference, and text is something that you can use it into a lot of ways. And you have to use the text if you got a very good typography, if you have got a logo, a design, that is anything. So if you add in text, if you're knowing text, how to edit it, how to make it look better, you know a lot of stuff in graphic design. I hope you have learned something into this video, and I hope you have got to know more things about text tool. If you are someone who is like starting this beginner, I hope you have known all the basic things that, or all the basic tools of the Pixel Lab that is offering by to edit the text tools or text effect or to text image or text layer. So yeah, that is all for today. I hope you have learned something, and I will keep on saying that I know how I actually speak into these videos. But if you have liked it what I've said, if you are watching this video till the end, I know you are like closest to my heart, and just hit that like button if you appreciate my work and appreciate my talking and explaining. And I will come up with new videos. Subscribe